everybody, welcome back to the Cupcake Jemma channel with me, Sally. Now excitement levels are pretty high, higher than they usually are in this beautiful multicolored place, and that is because they are here. The Crumbs Doilies recipe book is in the house. Downstairs, the bakery has kind of turned into a bookshop. They are like stacked from wall to wall, floor to ceiling. We cannot wait to ship these out to you guys. A week today on the 24th of November, but you can pre-order your copy now over at cupcakejemma.com or crumbsdoilies.co.uk. Thank you so much to everybody that has already pre-ordered. It means the world to us. But seeing as like they're here, you're here, I'm here, let's just have a little flick through them because you've got to see how beautiful this is. So this book takes you through everything from your basics and BFFs, all your essential kind of starting recipes, through to your cupcakes, obviously. They are just absolutely beautiful. And then of course, we have got our tray bakes, some real Crumbs Doilies classics in here, as well as brand new recipes too. We've got cookies, everyone's favorite chapter, I think, but maybe not, because we're finishing up with layer cakes, which is probably what Crumbs Doilies do best. I mean, look at this. Don't you just want to shove that in your face right now? Now today, I am allowed to share one recipe with you guys from the book, which is really exciting. And I've picked my favorite recipe, I think, because it's all about having fun. It is called the Cereal Fun Bar. It's basically a Rice Krispie treat, but loads more fun. It is this one over here. I baked one so that you could see, just in case you needed tempting a little bit more. I'm sure you don't, but look. It is so cute. It's a 5-ingredient recipe. Of course, the book is filled to the brim with like super technical bakes if you're that kind of baker. And if you are that kind of baking wizard, then stop. Trust me, I challenge you to bake this recipe as your first recipe from the Crumbs Doilies book and just have fun making it, because the Cereal Fun Bar is all about having fun. Now the first thing that we're going to do is prepare our tin. So we're going to bake this in an 8-inch square tin, which all the bakes, the brownies, tray bakes in the book use one of these. So if you need one, go and get one now so that you're ready. And we're just going to line it with a little bit of baking paper. So I've got some tin ready spray here. I'm just going to coat the bottom and the sides, and then we'll layer in our greaseproof paper. That is ready. Now I'm just actually going to finish this off with some little bulldog clips, which is this thing that we've been doing in the bakery for years, and it didn't ever occur to us that, you know, it's a really handy tip for people. So if you want to do it, go ahead and just secure your paper down. Okay, let's get baking. Kind of baking, fun baking. We're gonna need a really big bowl. I've got the biggest I could find in the building. And we're gonna start off with cereal. Obviously, in total, you need 300 grams of cereal. Now, we've gone for some Rice Krispies because they're like a really good, like bulking, bulking cereal. So I've got 120 grams of this, and then the remaining 180 grams we've split between these super fun cereals. We've got Lucky Charms, we've got Fruit Loops, and we've got Dunkaroos, and I've got 60 grams of each, and they're going to go in with the Rice Krispies. That is already looking pretty fun and pretty happy. So now we're just going to leave this to one side, and we're going to get on with burning some butter. So in this pan, I've got 120 grams of unsalted butter. And what we're going to do is turn the hob on to a medium to high heat. And at first the butter is going to melt, and then we're going to keep on stirring it, and it's going to gently boil away, and over a little bit of time it's going to start to deepen in colour. It's going to go a nice kind of rich amber colour. It's going to smell really gorgeous, and when you get to that stage, we're going to turn the heat off. We're going to add in a little pinch of salt along with 300 grams of white marshmallows. Now just keep stirring that with the pan on the hob, so there's still a little bit of heat there, and you want to keep on stirring until your marshmallows have completely melted and you've got one really fluffy, gloopy, marshmallowy mound. And now it is time to dump this into our cereal. So in it goes. You can see all those flecks of the butter there, and that burnt butter and the salt are going to cut through the uber sweetness, making this the perfect sweet and salty treat. So now start mixing this around. Just try and incorporate all of the cereal into the marshmallow. And what I actually like to do at this stage, just make sure it's not too hot. I've put on some gloves here and I'm getting in with my hands because it is just so much easier. But please only do this with gloves because you know that marshmallow was on the heat, so it is a little bit warm. So just keep on mixing. It's starting to get really sticky now and it feels great, I have to say. I'm having a great time over here. So now that it's all combined, it's starting to set really quickly, which is why we get our tin prepared before we start. And I'm just gonna, I can basically pick this whole thing up. Oh wow, this is so cool. And dump it into our tin. And now it is just time to squish. And we're working pretty quickly because the marshmallow is constantly setting. Just use your hands to push it all down. Try and get it as even as possible, but try not to kind of like, I don't know, crush the cereal too much so it's all compacted. It feels lovely. It's kind of warm, it's kind of sticky. And that is basically it. And I think this is not going to take too much longer, but I'm going to give it maybe like 5 or 10 minutes just to make sure it's completely set before we do our gorgeous chocolate decoration. So I'm going to stop doing this now, I guess. I should probably stop touching it and do some cleaning. Okie doke, so whilst the cereal bar was cooling down and setting, I just melted myself 300 grams of white chocolate just in the microwave, or you can do it on a bain-marie. If you don't have a microwave, that's fine. Now before I pour this on top, we want to colour a little bit using some oil-based food colouring such as calomel. It's really important that it's oil-based because otherwise it's not going to mix into your chocolate. We love calomel and we couldn't recommend them enough. So I'm going to take out 3 kind of large-ish spoonfuls into 3 separate bowls, and I'm going to colour each of them blue, pink and yellow. So you only need a small drop of each food colouring. It goes a really long way, and if you want to grab yourself some of these, head to the description box below and there's a little discount code for you there as well. And once the colours are mixed, we're going to pour our remaining white chocolate over the top of our cereal bar, and then we're going to use a palette knife to spread it out evenly. Now before this sets, it is time to drizzle our colourful chocolate. If you find that your chocolate's seized up a little bit, just chuck them in the microwave to re-melt them. Now I'm just going to use my spatula and I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to wiggle all over the top with each colour. And now grab yourself a skewer or a toothpick or something kind of pokey. You could use the end of a palette knife as well. And now we're just going to swirl around, mixing up all those colours. And finally, just to make it even more fun, I'm just going to top it off with some colourful bits of cereal. I'm having too much fun to stop. All right. Ta-da! I absolutely love it. It is so super duper cute, super easy, and I'm telling you, it is super delicious. It's like no Rice Krispie treat that you've ever had before. Now, you're gonna have to buy the recipe book or make this from this video because I'm going to eat this now, and then you're just going to have to trust me. Here we go. Let's cut a big chunk. Oh, yes. It's going straight in. Mmm. It tastes good, it looks good, it's not overly sweet. That burnt butter is really shining through, the salt's pulling it all together. Absolutely delicious. And I tried to make it look like I was having loads of fun because I was having loads of fun. Please make this recipe, But please get yourself a copy of the Crumbs and Doilies recipe book, out a week today. We cannot wait for you guys to have them in your hands. We've not had them out of our hands since they arrived. You're gonna love it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next week. I think Dane's gonna be here, but I also know that Gemma really wants to bake the sticky toffee pudding cake from the book. It is incredible. It's everything that a sticky toffee pudding is, but in cake form. There's custard, the sticky toffee sauce, the sticky toffee sponge with dates in it. It's delicious. So we'll be back next week. Until then, make this recipe, get your book, sit by your door waiting. It's gonna be 1 week. Holding my breath. I always hold my breath because I'm like, all you'll hear is oh, delish.